Hi, welcome to your Strategic Dining Services online video training. Today our objective is to take you through the steps of producing aiolis and mayonnaise in your communities. We spend a lot on mayonnaise in our communities, and I think with these few steps that I'm going to show you and the few ingredients that we have here, I think you'll find it pretty easy to produce these in your communities. So let's get started. I'm going to start with just a few ingredients. First, we have here some pasteurized egg yolks. We're going to start with about 4 egg yolks. The other ingredients for a basic mayonnaise are a Worcestershire, salt, lemon juice, olive oil, a little paprika. That's all you need. Once you have the egg yolks in the pan, you're going to need to add just a touch of cold water. You don't need much. And then with an immersion blender or a Robocoo, you want to kind of relax the proteins, the lecithin that's in the egg yolks. This only takes about a minute. Just want to give those egg yolks a nice puree. Now an emulsion is the combining of 2 unmixable ingredients like oil and water. So what you're doing here is the lecithin is the emulsifier found in egg yolks. And by relaxing these proteins, you give them the ability to capture the oil molecules and suspend them in the water. So we're going to relax those a little bit. Once they're blended for just about a minute, we're going to start with our flavorings. We have a little bit of Worcestershire, salt, a little lemon juice. I prefer fresh lemon juice for this. And a touch of paprika. We're going to mix that together. Then we're going to slowly drizzle in our canola oil. Now to set the emulsion, you want to start with a slow drizzle. You should only need to add it slowly for the first minute or so. Once the emulsion's set, you can go ahead and pour it a little quicker. Now, you can see here that the emulsion is starting to, it's set. It's starting to thicken, and as you add more oil, the mayonnaise is going to get thicker and thicker. So you may need to add a touch of water just to thin it down to get the amount of oil that you need. A typical egg yolk can hold anywhere from about 2 cups of oil. So don't be afraid to add a lot of oil. If you need to thin it down, add additional lemon juice or water. Now you can see in just a matter of 30 seconds or so, we've produced a nice thick mayonnaise. It's very easy. And you can see how thick that is. Now you notice it's a little thinner than the mayonnaise that you get out of the refrigerator, and that's because none of these ingredients are chilled. So when you're producing this mayonnaise, make sure that it is a little thin to what you might think mayonnaise should be. Once you put it in the refrigerator and that oil stiffens up a little bit, I think you have the perfect consistency. So that mayonnaise was the foundation sauce for lots of different sauces. The next one is a variation of that simple mayonnaise. It's an aioli. An aioli is a French provincial sauce made with, or mayonnaise made with roasted garlic. So the first thing we're going to do is roast the garlic. We're going to add some fresh garlic cloves to a pan, an oven-safe pan. We're going to top it with a little bit of olive oil. And you want to bring the olive oil just to the top of the cloves. Then we're going to cover that with foil. We're going to throw that in the oven. Now, once that's done, after about 45 minutes, you end up with a beautiful roasted garlic. It's nice and soft, and you've got some flavored garlic that you can use in your aioli. So let's get started on the aioli. I'm going to start with a couple of egg yolks. and a touch of cold water, as we did with the mayonnaise. And again, we're going to pulse this for about a minute or so to release the proteins, or to relax the protein. This relaxing step should only take you about a minute. Now I wanted to talk about, while this is going, if you don't have an immersion blender like this, you could do this in a food processor or even by hand. The immersion blender makes it very easy though. All right, after about a minute or so, your eggs have about doubled in volume. The proteins have relaxed, they're ready to receive that oil. So we're gonna add some flavorings, some Worcestershire, a little lemon juice. Again, I prefer fresh lemon juice there. A good amount of salt. Now, you might say, as you watch me put salt in, wow, that's a lot of sodium. I think if you took this final product and you compared it to your store-bought sodium or store-bought mayonnaise, I think you're going to find that the sodium levels are still much lower. So we're going to add some paprika. And then I've got this roasted garlic. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take just the cloves and add those to it. Then give it a nice pulse to get it started. Now we're going to slowly drizzle in the oil. One thing I like to do when making my aioli is to take this garlic oil and utilize that in the sauce. Helps flavor it. So we're going to just add a little bit of that. And the rest can be just a basic canola oil or vegetable oil. Now again, as you start adding oil, you can see that the emulsion's getting thicker. It's starting to really get nice. I'm going to add a little bit more. Now, again, as with the mayonnaise, you can see that it's really starting to get thick. At this point, if you needed to thin that down so you can take a little bit more oil, you could add a little cold water or a little lemon juice. And there you have it. You have a basic aioli. Nice garlic, roasted garlic flavor, perfect for use on just about anything. Anything from sandwiches to prepared salads like chicken salad or tuna salad. You can throw it on as a sauce. One of the things I'd like to show you is kind of the usefulness, the variations that you can take just from this sauce to the next step. Because really the variety or the variations are endless based on what you'd like to put together. So I have just two basic ingredients here, which is some fresh basil leaves. I'm going to add just a couple of those and some lemon. I'm going to add just a little lemon juice and basil, puree that up. Now, once that sauce is completed, you may want to take it and put some of it into a squeeze bottle if you want, or you can put it right on your final dish. I have here a little salmon dish with a little broccoli rabe and a little toasted barley pilaf. And we can take this sauce that we've prepared and just put a nice little drizzle right across the top. And what a nice accompaniment. I'm sure your residents will really enjoy that. Throw a nice little basil leaf on there, and you have a beautiful dish. So those are the basic steps for producing a mayonnaise. And from that basic mayonnaise, that basic emulsion, you can take that to an aioli or even further. We demonstrated just a simple variation with fresh basil and lemon, but you can add just about anything to your aioli to flavor it, whether it's a roasted red pepper puree, fresh tomato, or even avocado. So have fun with it. We encourage you to try this. With the pasteurized eggs, this product is extremely stable and can be kept refrigerated for up to a week, which is probably a lot longer than how fast you're going to use the product. So we encourage you to have fun with this. I'm Jeff Kelly. Thanks for watching.